Hello, thank you for coming to see me today. As you know, we are Taylor Event Planning and we have set up a little sample table with some items to show you today for your parents' 50th wedding anniversary. That's wonderful. If you would just make yourself comfortable, I'm going to show you a few things and to go along with the theme that you chose for their party. And I do need to go over some paperwork with you. The first thing I have for you, let's stand right here if you don't mind, is an event planning form and guide. This is where you just give us your information, like the name of your event and the date. Of course, a lot of this will be filled out already for you. I'm going to include all of this in your packet. And, we have here just some detailed information about the dinnerware, the chairs, the tablecloths, and things of that nature that you might be interested in. And there's a section at the bottom that we will fill out. The second form I have for you is an event checklist Tiblet. This is where you have timelines and different things that you might want to consider when you need to arrange certain things. Like the venue, of course, which we've already done, and some budgeting items that you might want to consider. And we just have different points on this paper to keep in mind as you go through the planning process for the details of your party. And the third paper is an event evaluation form, where after the event you could fill this out. We would really appreciate it, and just tell us how we did and how you enjoyed your event with us. And if you do return this, you will get a 10% discount on your next event, which I will give to you after we receive the evaluation. Okay. And as you can see, we have different items here that are in the theme that you requested for the party, which I think is a wonderful idea. I took some notes while we were on the phone and I went through some of our inventory, and I found some items that I thought would work for this special occasion. And it truly is. It's wonderful, I think, for your parents to have made it so long. Let me get that for you. There you go. Okay. We have, as you can see, we have different napkins, which Maria designed. Very beautiful. We have different folds. This is a pyramid fold. And for these samples that I'm showing you, all the napkins are in off-white, but of course we have them in any color. And I tried to stick primarily with the red and green theme, which we will discuss in a moment. We have different folds of napkins. For the presentation of the silverware, we have a pouch, an elegant pouch, which you can place the utensils in here, and it's just beautiful. And the one beside you here, yes, it is very pretty. I like this one. It is a water lily fold of napkin. It's kind of hard to hold, but it's a water lily napkin. I'm going to leave it there beside you so I don't mess it up. That's very pretty. And I'd like to show you some of the other options we have here on the table. Of course, the ultimate decision is up to you. You can decide how fancy you would like it to be, or if you would like it to be more simple. We can do anything you like. Yes, so we will go over that. I do have some information about the entertainment and the music. I'd like to show you the dinnerware. It's a very unique pattern to go along with the theme, the Christmas theme, because your parents were married on Christmas. I think that's so romantic. And I primarily tried to stick with red and green, but I have some other colors and decorations that I'd like to show you that you might be interested in. We have these plates that have red poinsettias on them and a green holly, and it says "Celebrate the Magic of Christmas." So we have, I understand this is a party for 25. We have place settings for everyone of this nature. So that is the dinner plate. And we have a little soup bowl which has the same theme. And it's very pretty. And for the menu, I understand that you are interested in roast duck. And we will have service. I think the way that I would recommend to do it is to have tables set up where you have 6 per table, and each table will have a large serving platter of duck, and of course we will have the waiters around to help serve. But we have this serving platter, and we have many of these, so we have as many as you need. We have a serving platter also that matches the plates and the bowls, which also says "Celebrate the Magic of Christmas." It's a big, sturdy serving platter. Very beautiful. Also for each table, we thought of everything. Yes, we did. We have salt and pepper shakers that have the same theme, the Christmas theme. And we have plenty of these for each table. We could certainly do a long table if you like. We could do a half circle where we arrange our tables in such a manner that it is a half circle, which makes conversation a little easier. We could do that, certainly. We can do anything you like. It's totally up to you. And for the glasses, we have a simple glass. This would be a water glass. These are handmade right here by Mr. Burris. That's right, the glass maker. He makes these for us. They're very thick glasses, very, very beautiful. And we have as many of these as you need. And we have a larger bowl, which could hold salad or fruit, anything that you like. And again, it's the same design. It's very, very lovely. Has little holly leaves right here. And the words inside: "Celebrate the magic of Christmas." Pretty much everything is primarily red and green to stick with the theme that you said that you were interested in. And we have some placemats. Of course, we can do any color placemats that you're interested in. I did want to show you a few that I thought might work. This is one here, which is a sage green color. They're all made of fabric. It is a woven fabric with a block design to it, as you can see. The placemats that I'm going to show you are all rectangular, but we do have them in other shapes and made of different types of material if you're interested in something a little different. Here I have a dark green, which is very pretty, and it looks like it has little ribbons on it right there. It's very satiny, has a lovely silky feel to it, and made of a similar material. I have these off-white placemats, which have more of a little bit fancier floral design to them. They're quite rigid. They're not as floppy. They stay flat pretty well. They don't wrinkle up under your plates or anything. And I have this one, which I think is my favorite. This is a red one with poinsettias on it. And again, it's the same satiny material. It's very pretty. You like that one? Okay. If that's the one that you would like to choose, we can certainly fill out part of your form today to indicate that that's the one that you would like to pick. And of course, for table decorations, as I said, we could do it as simply as you like, or as fancy as you like, as elaborate as you would like it to be. I want to show you this one. Now, this is not entirely red or green, but I would like to show you. The vase is green, and it has a little bow, a little red bow on it, which has the fabric has little silver flecks in it for an extra festive touch. And the glass, the vase is made of green glass. He made this also. He makes a lot of our glassware that we have here on site. And inside we have beautiful blue flowers with just a touch of pink and yellow. They're quite beautiful. They're light and very delicate and graceful. I think this is a lovely arrangement. And also, I made a note while I was speaking with you on the phone, and you mentioned that your parents like to go to the beach every summer. They love the beach. So I made this one with that in mind. I'd like to show you. This one is a plain clear glass vase with the same ribbon going around, sort of a floating style of ribbon. And inside we have different summertime flowers. We have red and yellow, pinkish color. And inside, in here, are little seashells inside the vase. That they were hand selected from the beach that your parents like to go to. And you can see them when it is sitting on the table. I think that would be a nice touch that your parents might especially like. And again, we can do, in these vases, we can do any color flowers. We can do any types of ribbons. We could also use seashells as decorations on the table if you like. Or we could stick with the traditional Christmas theme and we can go with more Christmassy decorations if you prefer. Here is another example of the napkin, which Maria did for us. This is a candle. And as you can see, the point of the napkin is the little flame. And it's very cute. And we could use this on your place settings. We could mix them. We could do different folds for different people. We could arrange them around the table in different manners. We could use different types of napkin folds for your guests. This one is small. This is a brushed silver vase with red roses on the top. It's quite small, but I think it's very elegant. They are artificial flowers. They are made of a fabric. They're quite real. And we could place these on your table. If you would like to go with something a little more understated, we could just use something like this. And it's very pretty. Or this is another option. This is a light green little, it could be a vase. It could hold seashells. We could arrange some different flowers inside to go over the top. We could place candles inside if you like. You could do anything you like. These are handmade, and we have as many of these as you could need. We have a large selection of a lot of these items. So if you wanted to go with primarily one type of vase or glasses or anything of that nature, we have plenty. So we can do anything that you think would be best. This one is quite thick, and it has a seam on it. There's a seam where it was made. And it's very pretty. I have this vase. This is red, obviously. It has a little orange piece of ribbon on it. And again, we can use this one for flowers if you like, or we could float a candle inside. We have floating candles. We could fill this with liquid and float a candle on the top, which I think would be really cute. So it's got a nice little curved shape to it, and a lovely orange ribbon. This one was not made here. These are some that we purchased elsewhere. I love the color. It's such a beautiful color. And this is another glass. This one is a little different, but these are some that we recently acquired, and I just wanted to show you how beautiful this is. It has a sort of a purplish tint to it in this light. However, if you use this in a place with brighter lights, more like a natural light, like a daylight, it looks blue. So it really depends on what light you're looking at it in as to what color you see. It has lots of pretty detail to it. And this is a nice little goblet. There's even detail right down in here, just below this part. And the bottom is textured with the finished outside part. And this is one of my new favorites, I think. We used these recently for a graduation party, and everyone loved them. I thought they were so pretty. I could see this for maybe a wedding reception. Just about any occasion would be very nice. It's really pretty. And look at this. Little tiny winter flowers with holly berries inside. It's very cute. It's very small, and we could place these around on the tables. I think that would be nice. Yes, certainly. I absolutely can. I will be right back, and I will bring that. I will get that right away. Okay, I have that right here. And we can certainly go over that. I did get that. Yes, I did. I made sure to do that. I know you wanted to go over that today, and absolutely. So your parents were married in 1966. That's great. 50 years. Wow. I do have the list right here of the local DJs who would be interested and who do parties of this nature. And I brought also a list of music, the top 25 hits of 1966. I thought your parents would find this especially touching. But here we have a list of local DJs, and I have contacted them, and they would love to work with you, any of these. I especially recommend the first two, but of course, anyone that you like would be just fine. We work with all kinds of entertainers in the area, so we are glad to work with anyone. Number one is Music by Design. If you speak with Carol, she's great. She'd be more than happy to help you. I have worked with her many times. So that's Music by Design. And we also have Nonstop Entertainment Incorporated, Conquest Entertainment, An Enchanted Evening, Grand DJ Entertainment, A Sound Decision, Charisma Entertainment, A Posh Production, Prism Light DJs, Dimension in Sound, and Creative Sounds Entertainment. And this paper will go into your packet with your other information, from today's session, and along with the list of the top 25 songs from 1966. These were the songs that were popular when your parents got married. Number 1 of that year would be The Ballad of the Green Berets by Sergeant Barry Sadler. Number 2 is Cherish by The Association, very good song for your party. You're My Soul and Inspiration by the Righteous Brothers. Reach Out, I'll Be There by the Four Tops. 96 Tears by Question Mark and the Mysterians. Last Train to Clarksville by the Monkees. Monday, Monday by the Mamas and the Papas. You Can't Hurry Love by the Supremes. The Poor Side of Town by Johnny Rivers. California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas. Summer in the City by the Lovin' Spoonful. Born Free by Roger Williams. These Boots Are Made for Walkin' by Nancy Sinatra. What Becomes of the Broken Hearted by Jimmy Ruffin. Strangers in the Night by Frank Sinatra. We Can Work It Out by the Beatles. Good Lovin' by the Young Rascals. Winchester Cathedral by the New Vaudeville Band. Hanky Panky by Tommy Jones and the Shondells. When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge, which I think would be nice for dancing. Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones. Good Night, My Love by Petula Clark. Lightning Strikes by Lou Christie. Wild Thing by the Troggs. And Kicks by Paul Revere and the Raiders. And as I said, any of the DJs on the list that I will provide in your packet would be happy to work with you to come up with a list of songs that you would like to play for your event. And I will place all this inside your packet for you. And one more thing I'd like to show you. This is another napkin fold that we have. And this is a fleur-de-lis inside one of the glasses that was handmade. And I think it's just lovely. So I understand that we do have your deposit. And I will put this all in your packet. And we have an appointment again next Saturday, which we will go over the completed paperwork, and we will have everything ready for you. We can make some final decisions about the place settings, the arrangement of the tables, the events for the evening, things of that nature, as well as the final details of the menu that we will serve. So do you have any questions for me? Of course, yes, we do. We certainly do. I will have samples of fabric for your table set, the table covers. We have different types of material. If you would like to go with a red or a green or just plain white, we can do anything you like, and I will have those available for you to look at when you come. Okay, great. Thank you for coming today. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on Saturday.